Good morning, students. Today we will study about Riccia, that is the female gametophyte, the Archegonia. The Archegonia, the structure of Archegonia is a flask-shaped organ. It consists of two parts: the basal swollen portion called the venter and a long cylinder neck. The venter is directly attached to the tissue of the thallus. There is usually no visible stalk. The next consists of a vertical rows of 4 cells, the neck canal cell surrounded by a layer of sterile cell forming a protective jacket. The jacket or a neck cells are arranged in a 6 longitudinal row. Each row is 6 to 9 cells in height. The tip of the neck is made up of 4 specialized large cap cover or lids with a greater diameter than the neck cell. The venter also has a jacket of sterile cell continuous above with the jacket of the neck. It is the venter wall. The venter wall is also 1 cell in thickness. It encloses the venter cavity which is filled with 2 cells. They are the lower larger egg cell and the upper smaller venter canal cell. The latter function like a plug holding the former in place in the venter. The egg cell is the largest of the egg-shell row. Each archegonial lies within a cavity. The distal portion of the archegonial neck, however, projects above the surface of the thallus into the dorsal furrow. Riccia frosti is an exception in which the neck almost reaches the surface of the thallus. Dehiscent. When the archegonia reaches maturity, the neck canal cell and the venter canal cell degenerate. Their product, when dehydrated, form mucilage. The mucilage imbibes water and swells. The pressure thus set up force and cover the cell separate from one another. In this way, a narrow passage, the neck canal, is formed. It connects the cavity of the venter, connecting the egg with the outer world. The neck canal is now filled partly with water and partly with mucilage formed by the disintegration of the axial rows of cell except the egg. Fertilization. It takes place in the presence of water. The dorsal furrow serves as a capillary tube. It takes in water in the form of a thin film. The heavy dews provide sufficient water to permit movement of the sperm. The antheridium bursts and the sperms escape. At the same time, the neck canal cell in the mature archegonia disintegrate to form a mass of mucilage. The latter absorb water and swell. The cover cell closing the neck canal cell are forced apart. A passageway to the egg is thus formed. A bit of this mucilage oozes out of the open neck. The extruded mucilage contains certain chemical substances such as soluble proteins and inorganic salts of potassium. At the same time, the liberated sperm swim about in all directions and in great number in the water film that covers the thallus in the region of the dorsal furrow. Some will chance to come near the open neck of the archegonia. Of these, some gain entrance into the open neck. This is perhaps in response to certain chemical substance present in the mucilage which diffuse from the neck canal. They enter the venter, usually one, probably the first to arrive, penetrate the egg. The nucleus of the sperm travel to the top of the egg and unite with it to accomplish fertilization. The act of fertilization ends the gametophytic phase. Thank you.